Hey guys, so today I'm going to demonstrate how I make chocolate truffles. And these chocolate truffles I make every year during the holidays because they are nice little gifts to give away, little treats to send home with your guests. Make great party favors, hostess gifts if you go to any Christmas parties. They're great to give away as Christmas gifts. They're so simple to make. And also I like making them because I have a lot of things that are left over from Thanksgiving, and they're basically all ingredients that are used to make chocolate truffles. So I always have all this stuff on hand, and that's why normally I make them around this time. For example, I have heavy whipping cream. This is all leftover chocolate from Halloween. Also during the winter months I buy a lot of Mexican hot chocolate, and I do a lot of baking, so chocolate chips are always on hand here in this household. You also can purchase finer chocolate, much better chocolate, at any kind of specialty stores like Godiva, better chocolate like that. If you want to go out and splurge on good chocolate, then you can certainly make chocolate truffles with that as well. But today I'm just going to use what I already have on hand. And what else do I have left over? Chopped pecans from Thanksgiving as well. So I'm using those for the truffles. Leftover pistachios, and basically I've just smashed these up into little pieces, and those are also left over. And I have powdered sugar here, cocoa powder, which is this cocoa powder here from Trader Joe's, and it's unsweetened. And I have Mexican vanilla extract. If you're looking for more unique, more richer and flavorful truffle for adults only that you won't serve to kids, then you can certainly put in Grand Marnier or any kind of rum in there just to make it extra special. This right here is imitation rum extract, so there's no alcohol in it, but it'll certainly give off the flavor that there's a little something something in there. And let's see, what else do I have? Oh, also this is optional, but it's something I love to do with my truffles, and that is to put in espresso coffee. Totally optional, but I love the flavor that the coffee and the chocolate have together. And this is just coffee that is, I don't know if you can see, it's ground up really fine. And that's what I will be using. And this is basically all of the ingredients that you'll need. And I just noticed I don't have any nail polish on. That's for a particular reason. I normally, when I do a lot of baking, I like to take off all my nail polish because your hands are, because you're working with your hands, you're getting into dough, or if you're making cookies, or you have your hands in certain things. For example, truffles, you use your hands to roll the chocolate, and you kind of want to have your hands clean and polish free, just to not have, polish get in your food. So whenever you're baking, just make sure to take off your nail polish. And that's just a side note. The other thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a pot, and just fill it with water about halfway, like I've done here. And then just get a bowl that will fit right on top. And this is what you're going to melt your chocolate in. So make sure that, again, the water, you don't need too much water, just maybe halfway, and then just put a bowl that's going to fit nicely on there. So I have my pot on medium-high heat, and I'm just going to add my Mexican chocolate as well as my semi-sweet chocolate chips. and I'm just gonna wait until those melt off a little bit. So I'm gonna keep my eye on it, keep stirring until the chocolate is melted. So the chocolate looks like it's melting quite nicely. It's starting to melt. So now is a good time to add in some heavy whipping cream. And I say start off with just a couple of tablespoons. The purpose for the heavy whipping cream is to soften the chocolate as you bite into it. You're not getting a hard consistency like the consistency of regular chocolate, like chocolate chips. It's, you know, hard in texture, but once you add heavy whipping cream, it softens it up to where, you know, you can actually sink your teeth into it. So you don't need too much. And of course, I don't have measurements only because I make these all the time and I kind of have learned to eyeball things, but I will put a recipe and link one to my YouTube channel, and that way you have a better idea of measurements, but I'm simply eyeballing today. So what I'm going to do is continue to keep an eye on this and keep stirring. So as you can see, it's melting quite nicely, and I have turned down my heat from a high medium heat to a low medium heat because I'm seeing the chocolate is melting fairly quickly, and I've added more heavy whipping cream, and I'm just going to continue to stir this. Okay, so it's completely melted down. It's nice and glossy, and it just looks like the consistency that I'm looking for. I've been adding heavy cream to it, and this is basically what it's supposed to look like, nice and shiny, glossy, and creamy. And now what I'm going to do is just add a tablespoon of vanilla and mix that up. Ooh, if you could smell this, you guys, it is amazing. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is just dab just a little bit of the rum extract, just so my guests could know that I was thinking about them and wanted to give them something special. There it is. Okay, so I put that in there. Next I'm going to put about a teaspoon of my espresso. Mix that up. So this basically should be done. The next thing you might want to do is just give it a quick taste, and this is off the burner, by the way, so it's not too hot. Give it a quick taste just to see if you might need anything else. It tastes divine. So I have taken this little guy out of his bath, and make sure that you use your pot holders because the bowl is going to be super hot. I'm going to get some cling wrap, and what I'm going to do is wrap this up. Okay, so I've covered my chocolate with saran wrap, and now I'm just going to place it into the refrigerator because the chocolate needs to firm up before we go on to the next step. So I'm just going to place this in the fridge. Okay, so the chocolate has cooled completely, and I actually have had this in the fridge overnight, so it's really firmed up nicely. I have the cocoa powder, the powdered sugar, and the pistachios and pecans, a little scooper, and I also have lined a cookie sheet with parchment paper, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and set them. So what I'm going to do is, let me switch the camera over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just basically going to get the scooper and attempt to do this one-handed here, but I am going to just grab some chocolate like this. So I'm going to go ahead and create little balls by rubbing the chocolate in between my hands and creating little balls, and I obviously can't do that one-handed, so I'm going to set the camera down and begin to scoop up, create little balls, and show you what I've done. As you can see, I have scooped out some chocolate, and I've made the chocolate into little balls like this. And what I'm going to do is, the chocolate is really soft, so what I'm going to do is put them into the freezer just for a little bit, just so they can firm back up again, because they've gotten really soft with you know, the warmth of my hands from all the rolling. So I'm just going to put them in the freezer just for a bit, and then I will start to dip them into all of this good stuff here. Okay, so I've taken these out of the freezer. They've been in there just for a few minutes, and I've also lined another cookie sheet so that I can just start picking them up, dipping, and then putting them on this sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll try one-handed, and let's see how that works out. So I'll grab this one here. What I'm going to do is just dip the truffle into the chocolate, and then place it on the sheet like that. Okay, so I'll try another one, and I'll just grab some chocolate, and I'll dip it in the pistachios this time. Like that. And then let's try this right here and dip him into the candied pecans. These I purchased at Trader Joe's, so they're already sweetened. Like that. Looking good. And then let's just do a powdered sugar in here. Let me just wipe my hands because they're full of chocolate, and then just dip it around like this. Make sure everything is covered and place it on the sheet like that. I have finished dipping all the truffles into the powdered sugar. As you can see here, the pistachios, they look absolutely divine. So I have candy wrappers that I purchased at Michael's. These are gold, and then the other are red. And I'm just going to place the truffles inside of the little candy wrappers. Here they are. Here are the truffles that are placed inside the candy wrappers. And what I'm going to do is just probably box them up, put them in my freezer downstairs in my garage. And they'll do just fine in the box until the holidays, when I want to bring them out and plate them up as you see here. Just have to go ahead and cover these up, and they're good to go till Christmas. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the recipe and the tutorial, and I will be back with more Christmas holiday recipes. Bye, guys.